Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, now let's start with the, thank you, Anissa. The first chapter, okay. So it's the introduction to, inilah, introduction to public sector accounting, okay. Now you can see, right? Public sector accounting, governance and accountability in mission context. Textbook that we are going to use this semester. Okay, so basically, you can see my PowerPoint presentation.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir.
Okay, you see the slides. Okay, good. Okay. So first of all, you need to understand the concept of public sector, okay, and public administration. So public sector can be simply defined as government lah, okay, government sector, okay, and public administration comes with the all the management part of the government, okay, administration part, okay, and then you need to be able to differentiate between the public sector and private sector, okay, as you have learned in previous semesters, okay, particularly on the private sector, okay, and now you need to match the info that you have, okay, and try to blend in some public sector apa itu public sector point of view lah, okay. So as I mentioned last week, okay, we have the same thing lah in what you have in private sector. You do have the same in the public sector. Okay, and then the importance of governance in the public sector. Okay, of course you need to understand what is the importance, okay, of public sector, particularly for the well-being of the rakyat, okay, and the public administration. Okay, so you need to understand the functions that are being worked on by the government. What are the roles played by public sector, okay, in order to ensure the the, the proper delivery service, okay, from government to the rakyat. Distinguish between different government structures. Okay, so basically we have three: federal, states, and local, municipals or local government. Okay, Malaysia apa? Kerajaan persekutuan, kerajaan negeri dan juga kerajaan tempatan, pihak berkuasa tempatan. Okay, in Malay. Next, to identify the important organizations involved in public sector accounting. Okay, so what are the organizations, okay, that you need to focus on when you talk about public sector? Okay, particularly on the accounting and auditing part lah. Okay, so we are not talking about the apa Jabatan Kerja Raya ke, okay, ataupun apa Kementerian Kesihatan ke, okay, that one is beyond our scope of the discussion lah, okay. But for this subject, we are going to focus on the parliamentary Okay. And then the apa tu accountant general, auditor general, okay, and also the public accountability committee, PAC. Okay, so these are the main focus of the subject lah. Any questions so far? No. Good. Okay, start freeze ni. And then you need to be able to explain the process of funding government expenditures. Okay. So because tiada soalan lagi, bagus Anissa. So the funding, okay, so but basically we are talking about the revenue and expenditure of the government. Okay, the sources of revenue. Okay, so you just imagine apa tu macam mana nak buat how to finance the activity. So contoh ambil kira UNIZA, okay, macam mana kita nak finance the operation of UNIZA. Okay, one of them, okay, is from your fee lah, yuran. Okay, lepas tu ada lagi allocation daripada government. Okay, lepas tu mungkin ada sebahagiannya daripada wakaf. Okay, ataupun ada other sources lah. Okay, same goes to government. Okay, you have the sources of income. Okay, apa tu collected, okay, from various ways lah. Okay, the main source of income is the taxation lah. Okay, percukaian, be it the corporate tax or individual tax. These are the main sources of income, particularly on the tax punya source lah. And also understand the role of public sector accountants. Okay, what are the roles of public sector accountants? Okay, so my personal wish is that some of you would be able to be part of the public sector government and also play a role as an accountant, okay, for public sector. Okay, so tak naklah semua pergi ke private kan. So my dream is to hear okay, some of you will join the government as accountants, as auditor, okay, so who will do the accounting part for the public sector. So I hope by learning this course or this subject, it will give you the background, okay, and the fundamental understanding about the public sector, how public sector works, okay, the role of public sector, okay, and okay, what are the functions, okay, that public sector should focus on. Okay, okay, what is the public sector? Okay, it's a form of governmental set-ups which aim to direct, control, and manage the country's activity by providing basic public goods and services. Okay, can anyone please give me the definition of private sector or a company? Okay, can anyone? You can just type it on chat section. Private sector first before we go to public sector. Okay, I'm waiting. Need to get some water. I'll be right back. part of national economic and state control. Okay, so private sector. Okay, few of you mentioned the definition correctly. Okay, thanks for participating. Okay, so the main difference between public and private is that private is profit oriented. Okay, so the aim is to maximize the profit. Okay, maximize the profit. On the other hand, public sector is not a profit oriented kind of organization. Okay. Okay, I'm sure you have heard and in fact siapa tadi mention about the non-profit organization. Okay, so that one is the non-profit organization, the source of income, okay, comes from the donation, okay, and yayasan semua tu kan. But that one is still considered as private. Okay, but public sector is governmental set up, okay, owned by the government, okay, with the aim to provide provide basic public goods and services. So the aim is to give social contribution to the rakyat, okay, to fulfill the social needs of the rakyat, okay, not for profit making purposes. Okay. Providing basic public goods and services. Okay, so can you can you tell me what are the basic public goods and services, okay, provided by the government currently, that currently you are enjoying? What are the basic public goods? Education, yes, Anissa. Education, jalan raya, okay, public transit, public transport, vaccine, very good, okay, and hospital, okay. So nutrition, food, drinks, national defense, okay. So water and electricity. So these are the basic public goods and services, okay, which are meant for the social well-being of the rakyat. Okay. So dengan membina hospital, university, does the government making profit out of it? What do you think? Dia dapat tak? Dia dapat profit tak? Buat jalan raya, ada dapat profit? Tak ada kan? Okay, Lokman, tak ada. Yes, memang tak ada pun. Okay. So tinggal lagi apa yang government charge awak tu. Okay, contohlah, you have your we mention about lesen memandu tu kan, RM30 setahun tu. So that one is not for profit lah. Okay, so that one is just to cover the cost lah. Senang cerita. Okay, to cover the cost or to reduce the cost. Okay, so bukannya sebab government charge tu sebab nak buat nak make profit out of your RM30 lah. Okay, so the main difference is that public sector, okay, is social orientated kind of service lah. Okay, social oriented. Okay, as for private sector, Okay, profit maximization is the main orientation. Okay, profit oriented lah. Okay, so that one is one of the clear differences lah between public and private. Okay. Okay, public administration, okay, on the other hand, the processes by which the government makes decisions and implement those decisions, okay, those decisions lah. Okay, so basically government akan buat dia punya panggil policy, okay, policy. Okay, so the public administration is the one who's going to make the policy implemented lah. Okay, contoh vaksin. Okay, okay. So government dah set satu target untuk ensure that 90% of the rakyat, okay, are fully vaccinated. Okay, ada target lah bulan 11 kot macam tu kan. Okay, sebab sekarang dia orang tengah buat untuk under 18 kan. Sebelum ni yang kita dah diberi kebebasan ni adalah sebab the above 18 tu dah 90%. Okay, so sebab tu you can cross border, apa tu dipanggil, rentas negeri. Okay, so the decision ataupun the policy is that we want to achieve 90% of the rakyat, okay, to be fully vaccinated, okay, and public administration, okay, need to implement those decisions, okay, need to implement those policy. So that's why you have the Kementerian Kesihatan working on it. Okay, you have the Kementerian Sains dan Teknologi working on it. Okay, and sekolah-sekolah pun, okay, education memberi kerjasama. Okay, UNIZA sendiri pun under KPT, okay, menjadi pusat PPV, pemberian vaksin, something like that. Mana anak saya pun dah vaksin dekat sekolah. Sekolah tu di bawah Kementerian Pendidikan. Kerana ada kementerian lah. So government government punya department tu, various of government departments, okay, will work together. Okay. So contohnya benda tu polisi datang daripada federal government, daripada Kementerian Kesihatan, okay, and then dilaksanakan, diorang pun sama, diorang provide doktor, okay, sains teknologi memastikan vaksin tu cukup dari segi keperluan dia, dari segi order dia, dari segi macam-macam lah proses, okay, and then university, okay, macam UNIZA menjadi pusat vaksin, sekolah pun jadi pusat vaksin, polis, tentera, okay, memberi memberi kerjasama, okay, untuk make sure the process vaccination process tu berjalan dengan lancar, okay, even apa dipanggil, ambulans yang bawa stok vaksin tu di escort oleh polis, okay, and then you have rela di tempat vaksin tu, okay, so various public administrations, okay, working together on achieving the target or the policy, decided by the government lah. Okay, so the public administration basically are the one who implements those decisions. Okay, to plan, organize, direct, coordinate and control government lah, operations tadi tu. Okay, what else? Establish and enforce the policies and program. Okay, so contoh tadi macam vaksin tadi lah. Okay, what determines the administration of the government? Okay, so in your private sector, you have the Companies Act 1965, Companies Act 2016. Okay, and for private sector, public sector, sorry, the main Bible is the Federal Constitution. Okay, and the constitutions of states. Okay, so kita ada Perlembagaan Persekutuan sebagai the main the main reference. Okay, dan juga the states punya constitution, undang-undang tubuh negeri masing-masing. Okay, sebab federal dengan states, dia ada kerjasama yang dikehendaki dilakukan, dan states masih lagi berkuasa untuk 3 perkara. Air, tanah dan juga Islamic Affairs, hal ehwal Islam. 3 perkara. So contoh, you just imagine electricity, awak bayar dekat siapa? Siapa yang provide electricity?
ENB, sir.
ENB. Okay, that one is the sole and TNB. Bagus. Okay, kalau air?
Kalau Kelantan, AKSB, sir.
Okay, AKSB. Orang Kelantan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, lagi Indah Water. Indah Water ni cerita lain. Air. Water supply.
1.
Okey, 1. Kalau Terengganu 1. Kalau Agensi Kerajaan Negeri, Luqman, Jawapan Selamat. Yes, air kerajaan. Syabas Selangor. Okay, Kedah Sadar. Syabas. Ini orang Selangor. Penang Water ke something like that. Johor pun sama juga. So sebab apa? Electricity kita bayar dekat TNB sahaja, tetapi air ada yang kata AKSB, ada yang kata 1, ada yang kata Syabas, ada kata Sadar. Sebab apa? Sebab 3 perkara tadi, air, tanah, dan juga Islamic Affairs, hal ehwal Islam adalah tertakluk kepada kerajaan negeri masing-masing. Okay, so contoh lagi ambil Islamic Affairs. Saya rasa awak tak ada info kot, melainkan awak suka pergi tengok orang. Okay, senang cerita. Saya ingat nak sebut pasal akad nikah tadi. Okay. Tak apalah, since saya dah sebut. Okay. Kalau awak perasan, awak pernah involve lah maksudnya, telaga. Okay. Mas kahwin, untuk negeri adalah berbeza-beza. Saya pun tak ingat dah Terengganu berapa. Kelantan harga lain, Pahang harga lain, Selangor pun harga lain. So berbeza-beza sebab Islamic Affairs di bawah state lah. So state ada their own autonomi untuk membuat decision pasal ni. Contoh satu lagi. Zakat fitrah. Zakat fitrah, kalau awak perasan, kalau contoh Terengganu RM7. Rate dipanggil flat rate. Satu dia. Kalau setengah negeri, dia ada RM7.5, ada RM6.5, ada RM7. Okay, so boleh pilih bergantung kepada beras yang kita nak pakai, yang kita makan lah. Okay, ada negeri yang mahal, ada negeri yang murah sebab zakat tu di bawah Islamic Affairs. Islamic Affairs tu adalah under the state owned constitution. Okay, land 1B. Okay. Tanah pun sama. Tanah adalah hak milik kerajaan negeri. Okay, so kerajaan negeri ada their own rights to administer lah. Ni. Contoh macam Kelantan, kalau JKR itu adalah part of the federal government punya agency. Okay, tapi dia work on both federal dengan state. Okay, so nanti kita akan tengok yang itu tadi. Okay, contoh macam Kelantan. Kalau yang bukan IC 03 kan, tak boleh beli tanah di Kelantan. Betul tak? Siapa tadi orang Kelantan? Aware tak
Saya,
macam itu? Ya, okey. So 03 sahaja, yang IC 03 sahaja boleh beli tanah di Kelantan. Kalau Terengganu tak kisah. 00 pun boleh. Okey. Kalau tak terhad kepada satu-satu, 11 dekat tengah tu sahaja. Okay. So once again, in terms of land, water and Islamic affairs belongs to the state's own constitution lah. Okay, administration, federal state, okay, yang tadi kita dah sebut. Okay, federal administration dia. Okay, so yang headed by Prime Minister tu. Okay, so apa nama Prime Minister baru tak ingat lah. Kerap sangat bertukar Prime Minister jadi dah tak ingat lah kan. Ismail Sabri, terima kasih. Okay. So we have 3 prime ministers in dalam tempoh masa berapa tahun? Tak sampai 4 tahun kan. Menarik juga Malaysia ni. And then we have state government, okay, headed by menteri besar ataupun ketua menteri. Okay. So ini different level of inilah. Okay, and the agencies, the constitution and other laws are decided by decided by the parliament. Okay, okay. Salah lambat saya punya ni. Okay, so constitution, okay, perlembagaan tu, okay, ataupun undang-undang tubuh negeri tu, okay, decided by the parliament, okay, at federal level. So that's why we have the Dewan Rakyat dan juga Dewan Negara. Okay, one of the videos that I have uploaded talking about this lah. Okay, parliamentary democracy. Okay, something that I think you have you heard of before lah. Okay, and then Dewan Undangan Negeri, State Assembly. Okay, itu adalah yang berkait dengan penetapan polisi ataupun undang-undang untuk di peringkat negeri. That's why we have our own state assembly punya ni lah. Okay, Dewan Undangan Negeri tu, Terengganu ada Terengganu punya, Selangor ada. Okay, so masing-masing. Okay. So both will function at different level. Okay, Parlimen buat polisi ataupun undang-undang untuk peringkat negara. Okay, and Dewan Undangan Negeri, State Assembly, okay, yang akan buat for the state lah. Okay, undang-undang kecil kerajaan negeri ataupun apa-apalah, development semua. Okay, any question so far? No? Okay, I think this one you can read on your own lah. Okay, cooperative and consumerism ni. Okay. So yeah, I think uh, I've given you the most current example lah, which is the vaccine. Okay. Vaksin punya program tu. So pelbagai agensi, pelbagai kementerian terlibat. Okay. So same applies to this one lah. Okay. Yang PSA in action ni. Okay. Separation of powers. Okay. So you have the Yang di-Pertuan Agong on top. So that's why masa berlaku kecohan sebelum ni, PM ni nak kena resign, lepas tu naik PM lain balik. Decision was made by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong lah. Okay, so ini the supreme punya position, okay, in the government. Okay, so the government basically Yang di-Pertuan Agong basically look after ataupun need to ensure the proper perjalanan tu berjalan dengan lancar lah. The proper conduct of the government punya activities. Okay, so below the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, the executive authority, legislative and judiciary. Okay, so separation of powers, so maksudnya tak ada seorang pun yang ada absolute power, okay, in Malaysia on paper. Okay, on paper. Okay, executive, okay, headed by the Prime Minister and Cabinet. Okay, and then government ministries, kementerian-kementerian, and then on the middle you have the legislative authority. Okay, so basically the parliament lah. You have the Senate and the House of Representative, Dewan Rakyat dan Dewan Negara. Okay, and then judicial, perundangan, you have the chief judge, and you have the courts. Okay, Supreme Court, you have the banyak-banyak court lah. Saya pun tak ingat lah. Okay, so this is the meaning of separation of powers Malaysia. So you have the three authorities, okay, under one umbrella, which is the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. Questions? No? Over. Okay. Good news is that we are going to take a 1 hour break lah for Zuhur prayer, and your schedule pun cakap macam tu juga lah, for Zuhur prayer and lunch lah. Okay. Okay. Check and balance. Okay. So inilah benda yang is expected to happen in government punya operation lah. Okay, check and balance. So macam saya beritahu tadi, tak ada satu agensi ataupun satu pihak yang ada absolute power. So this is the shared powers among these three authorities. Okay, and they are interrelated. Okay, public and private. Okay, yang tadilah saya cakap profit maximization, provide public goods in terms of ownership. Okay, owned by the constituents collectively. So kita memiliki negara ini secara bersama. Okay, for private sectors are owned by the shareholders lah. Okay, administration, federal, okay, constitution, and private entities have to operate within boundaries in the articles of company's constitution. Okay, so you have your memorandum of association, okay, apa lagi tu, MOA, article of association, AOA, article of association. Okay, So benda-benda ni tertakluk kepada your Companies Act 2016. So benda-benda macam tu lah. So these are the differences between public and private sectors. Okay, financing, main source of financing are taxation and charges, macam saya bagi tahu tadi, income tax, corporate tax. Okay, and financing for private sector, okay, include owners contribution, modal tu lah, sales of shares, bank loans, issuance of bonds. I think you know better about private sector lah. So I do not need to explain further about this. Legal environment, various laws and regulations. Okay, private sector tadi tu, Companies Act 2016, Security Commission, so on and so forth lah. Okay, goods and services. So apa sebenarnya goods and services provided by the public sector? Okay. The right to consume public food is not denied to anyone, although ability to supply may be limited due to capacity constraints. Okay, so semua orang berhak untuk mendapat goods and services provided by the public sector lah. Contohnya tadilah vaksin, okay, health, okay, apa dia panggil lah, hak untuk mendapat kesihatan yang baik, pendidikan yang baik, okay, keselamatan, okay, free or at minimal payment. Okay, those benefits or those goods and services can be enjoyed by the rakyat for free or at minimal payment. Payment tu lah yang tadi tu, yang RM30 tu. So your driving license. Goods and services are provided to those who pay. Okay, for private sector. Bila awak beli produk dia baru dapat. Okay, ataupun awak langgan dia punya services, your telco services, barulah dapat. Okay, so tak dapat for free lah. Okay, okay, national governance, apa kat sini? Okay, poor governance. Okay, so process and institution by which an authority in the country is exercised. Okay, so it is exercised through combination of public policies, the policy implementation and monitoring. Okay, so sebab tu one of the policy makers are di parlimen. Okay, so sebab tu walaupun dia orang lebih banyak bergaduh daripada berbincang, tapi itulah Malaysia punya style. Di parlimen itulah berlakunya semua policy making activities. Okay, so sebenarnya yang dia orang duk bergaduh tu sebenarnya sebab ada persefahaman lah tentang polisi yang nak dibuat. Put that way lah. Walaupun ada political agenda injected, okay, dalam perbincangan tu, tapi itu benda lain lah. Tapi the basic more kepada tak ada benefit untuk diorang je. Itulah masalahnya. Kadang-kadang diorang buat polisi tu pun for their own good lah. Okay, tak sangat nak fikir kita pasal rakyat ni. Okay, so that's why I never trust politicians absolutely lah. Nak sokong boleh, tapi berpada-pada lah. Okay, berpada-pada lah. And then good governance in public sector entails efficient and effective organizational performance in terms of formulating, implementing and enforcing policies. Okay, so government punya effectiveness tu bukan sahaja dikira on how what policies that they come out with lah. Tapi juga in terms of the implementation, macam mana dia orang buat. Okay, contoh, baguslah nak buat vaksin. Okay, so bila ada vaksin, hopefully rakyat akan lebih terselamat daripada COVID-19. The death rate, okay, BID pun rendah. Okay, so apa dia panggil tu, ICU punya bilik tu pun tak jam semua macam tu kan. So that is the policy lah. Okay, so to combat the COVID-19 lah. Okay, so the main policy is there. Tapi in terms of implementation, macam mana government buat? Okay, so rakyat menilai macam mana dari segi pembahagian vaksin. Okay, so benda-benda macam tu akan menentukan how far the government is effective in making sure that they achieve their target lah. Okay, and then lepas tu kita akan tengok balik, sebab tu dia ada policy making, implementation. Okay, so ada PPV, ada benda-benda ni, ada doktor berlaku bagi dekat frontliner allowance semua-semua tu kan. And then another part is that the monitoring. Setakat mana vaksin ni berjaya menyelesaikan masalah COVID ni lah. Okay, so good governance bila semua in place, and then you achieve your target, the one that you targeted tu, target group tu enjoy the benefit. Okay, and you monitor. Okay, and you effective when it comes to the cost. At the very minimum cost, tak ada pembaziran, tak ada penyelewengan, something like that lah. Okay, so itu baru good governance. Masalah poor governance adalah the other way around lah. Okay, duit banyak habis tapi objektif tak capai, rakyat pun masih lagi menderita, merana, sengsara. Okay, so that one is the poor governance lah. Okay, something that you can think on your own lah. Okay, make common sense lah kan. Okay, accountability and stewardship. Okay, so this accountability and stewardship, these words have become the issue, the talk of the day lah nowadays lah. Okay, so people are questioning about the accountability, okay, and the stewardships. Okay, what is meant by stewardship? Someone has been trusted with a particular task or result. Okay, okay. Accountability means someone take responsibility in carrying out the task, inform the stakeholders of the process, progress and outcome of the task. Okay, accountability ni lebih kepada kebertanggungjawaban lah. Okay, dalam bahasa Melayu ni, bertanggungjawaban. The person who is responsible may be different than a person who is accountable. Okay, so mungkin orang tu dia mengambil tugas tu tapi tak menjalankan secara yang sepatutnya lah. Environmental impact, so ini contoh lama lah. Okay, under Ministry of Water, Land and Natural Resources, you can read on your own. Tapi saya rasa yang relevan sekarang ni adalah vaksin tadi lah. Okay, public finance, profit element, fiscal institution. Okay, okay, so kita ada agencies, okay, yang bertanggungjawab untuk to manage the public finance. Okay, and also the public money lah. Okay, so nanti kita akan, you will hear the word consolidated fund. Okay, consolidated fund, account disatukan, di mana semua revenues of government tu akan dipoolkan dalam satu fund. Okay, dan akan diagihkan mengikut budget, okay, dan keperluan yang yang set by the government lah. Okay, different government structures will have different public sector financial analysis, financial system, sorry. Okay, so masing-masing akan ada accountable to responsible to prepare their own financial statements, okay, and financial report lah. Political costs, the effects of economic decision. Okay, so political cost, macam mana nak cakap, senang cerita lah, kalau government tu baik, rakyat akan makmur dan negara akan mendapat kepercayaan daripada luar. Okay, so bila government kita okay, tak ada rasuah, tak ada apa-apa yang pelik-pelik lah kan, so ada transparency semua tu, so rakyat pun happy, and then foreign investors, rakyat pun pelabur pun akan masuk ke negara kita untuk melabur lah, dan in return akan ada benefit kepada rakyat dan juga technological transfer lah. Okay, so benda-benda macam tu. Okay, so Malaysia di tahap mana you can judge on your own lah setakat ni macam mana. Tapi yelah, tak apalah, tak nak cakap lah setakat mana kan. So you can have your own reading, okay, and you decide lah. Ada dalam perception index kan, perception index, yalah, boleh lah, ada, tapi macam tu lah. Tak naklah cakap banyak-banyak, kita cakap pasal accounting lah. Okay, social cost also externalities are cost borne not by the individual or party. Okay, example, social cost pollution and exploitation. So contohnya bila berlakunya pollution, apa dia panggil, pencemaran tu, siapa yang kena menanggung, bear the cost untuk semua-semua tu lah. Okay, government structures, parliamentary democracy, presidential democracy. Okay, so Malaysia kita ikut parliamentary democracy. Okay, presidential senang cerita macam US, macam jiran kita, apa nama tu, Indonesia. Okay, so ni beza dia lah. Okay, organisation involved in public sector accounting. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, the accountant general, okay, the auditor general, okay, Malaysian Anti-Corruption, okay, Public Accounts Committee, okay. Okay, so these are the organizations within our scope of discussion lah. Dan lain tu kita ambil kira lah, macam awak cakap tadi, JKR, itu bukan our scope lah. Okay, so kita nak tengok pada on the accounting part of public sector. So we need to deal with these 4 organizations. Okay, dah azan Zuhur, flow of public funds. Okay, so benda-benda macam ni lah. So you just imagine duit tu masuk daripada custom, okay, custom lah, and then Inland Revenue Board, Lembaga Hasil Dalam Negeri, masuk ke bank negara. Okay, okay, and then ada bajet yang dibuat dekat Parlimen, Ministry of Finance yang administer the budget, and then they come out with the instructions for government, Bank Negara Malaysia to release the money. Okay, and then the money will be released or distributed to the ministries and agencies. okay, based on the budget prepared. Okay, so that's why each year we will have the budget table in the parliament. Okay, so biasanya Minister of Finance akan table the budget, okay, akan membentangkan budget apa yang kita nak buat untuk next year. Okay, so this coming budget will plan or will give the budget for our 2022 punya spending, the revenue, our spending, our revenue, our fiscal policy. Okay, so nanti akan ada satu specific topic on budget. Okay, macam mana proses penyediaan bajet. Okay, so apa kepentingan bajet kepada government. Okay, nanti kita akan tengok bila sampai masa dia lah. Okay, public accountants, basically we focus on economy, efficiency and effectiveness lah. Okay, so there are a lot of questions to how far we have achieved the 3 E's. Okay, then capable of analysis and interpretation to indicate compliance with the treasury mechanism. Okay, so that's why we need fresh ideas from youngsters like you lah. Okay, so that's why one of the reason why we expose you to this subject is that we want the fresh ideas. Okay, and first of all we want to nurture the interest on joining the public sector accounting punya sector lah, department. Okay, so we need your contribution to make sure that the public sector will reform and will be able to efficiently or effectively doing their job lah for the rakyat. Okay, so kita tak nak lah yang jenis pemikiran lama semua kan. So kita nak fresh ideas lah. Okay, sensitif pula bila dengar tu kan. Okay, the differences you can read on your own, this part. Okay, so these are the learning objectives that we have covered for this 1 hour punya ni lah. Okay, so I hope you can take a lunch break. Okay, and we will continue again at 2. Okay, so I think that's all for this the first hour of our meeting lah. So I see you guys again at 2 PM insyaAllah. Thanks for your responsibility Ministry of Finance and also the Ministry of Trade Affairs lah. Okay, International Trade Affairs, MITI. Okay, no worries, Fazlina. Okay, 5C. Siapa 5C? Ada tak? Ya? Berapa orang sebenarnya 5 ni? Mana saya nak tengok benda tu? Channel. Okay, have you guys watched the videos? Dah belum? Dah, bagus Lokman Hakim. Okay, so okay, first of all yang the one that you need to summarize tu lah, kan? So based on experience from Yogeshwari, saya tak sebut pun nama awak. Padahal you were the first to log in to join the session. I noticed that. Thanks very much. So the last year's punya last semester last week punya video was on the experience of New Zealand lah. Okay, so basically they try to change, okay, they try to make a reform to their public administration and also the public accounting lah. Okay, so they try to basically follow what was the initiative done by Hong Kong and Singapore lah. Okay, so the aim is to improve the financial management system. Okay, and then they had to face with the global financial crisis 2007 2008. Okay, and then they came back stronger lah after that. Okay, but a lot of things need to be done. Okay, so Ian share banyak benda lah dengan kita. Okay. So antaranya adalah to submit financial statements on the same basis as private sector. Okay, so this is done by implementing the accrual accounting. Okay, so sebelum ni they use the cash basis, okay, and then they migrate to accrual accounting lah. So for your information, as for Malaysia, we are in the transition process between previously we employ the cash basis, and currently is the modified cash. So ada komponen yang kita still remain with the cash, okay, and ada komponen yang we change to, or we migrate to to accrual. So in terms of the implementation tu half-half lah. Okay. Ada student BAC 5 here? Ada tak? Saja nak tahu sebab saya takut BAC student dia BAC ada Nurul Izzah. Okay, Nurul Izzah. Sebab saya takut saya dah buat group sama-sama tapi takut ada yang terlepas kan. So Nurul Izzah one of them. Berapa orang Nurul Izzah? Macam ahli parlimen pula nama awak. Nurul Izzah apa nama? Registration. Apa tu? Portal. Saya cuba download pre-registration tu, Allahu Akbar. Saran kursus. Okay. Okay. Yang saya jumpa adalah paper-paper subjek lain, fakulti lain. Salahnya. Okay. Siapa tadi? Izzah ada. Oh, Zabariyah 5, Hakimah 5. Oh, okay. Anggaran berapa orang? 19 Izzah. Ramai agak lah. Okay. Saya cari. Saya pun tak tahu sebab apa saya tak dapat retrieve data tu daripada sistem. Yang list 19 orang. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, 35 of you. Okay. So basically yang tadi tu lah yang pasal New Zealand punya experience tu. Okay, something that we can learn and try to implement lah in Malaysia context. Okay, hopefully kita boleh transform dengan cepat lah kepada full accrual punya basis untuk accounting kita, okay, public sector. So, sebab dia lebih accrual accounting akan lebih menyeluruh lah, okay, dari segi reporting, okay, dan lagi senang untuk student macam awak faham. Okay, tapi masalahnya agak the challenge is to to change the perception and also the penjawat awam tu lah, kan. So bagi dia orang benda ni benda baru, rasa macam satu kerja lain besar untuk adapt dengan new situation. Okay, tapi itu benda yang ni lah, okay, benda biasalah dalam any change punya change of policy ataupun change kita nak improve kan. Okay, so nanti saya akan tengok balik the list yang student tu yang betul-betul. Sebab memang tak ada dalam daftaran kursus ni, tak ada, not even this course lah. ACB 41403 ni pun tak ada dalam saya punya ni. Okay, so I have few videos for you to watch lah. Kan saya dah mention earlier. Sini. Come. Mana pula semua keluar ni. Okay. So I have this Malaysian political system tu. Okay. Yang tadi tu lah. And then the Malaysian Parliament, understanding Malaysia's government system. So basically this is the separation of powers. Okay. So mungkin awak tertanya-tanya mengapa begini dia punya introduction dia. So you have to understand the political situation and also the how government the structure of the government before you can actually apa tu go ataupun understanding the accounting part of the government lah. Okay, so sebab dia interrelated. Okay, so in terms of the revenues, in terms of the expenditure dia, okay, dan nanti macam saya bagi tahu tadi ada fund accounting, okay, ada revenues collected by the state government, okay, revenues from yang entitled for or collected by the local government, okay, municipals, apa tu, majlis perbandaran, majlis daerah, something like that. Okay, so that's why you need to first understand the structure, okay, the basic structure of Malaysian punya government. Okay, nampak klip yalah, nampak klip. Okay, so klip. Okay, and then saya tak ada slide yang ni. Okay, so next, after watching that videos, okay, to get a feel of the ni lah. Okay, so dia bunyi macam pengajian sikit lah. Okay, so the first two videos tu kan, Malaysian Studies, yang tu bunyinya macam ni lah. Tapi kita nak we want you to understand the whole situation, the whole structure, and then only you can understand how government functions, okay, and how financial implication. Okay, bagus Rahman Hakim minat politik. Okay, and one of the reason saya explore benda ni pun sebab saya minat politik lah. Tapi politik yang macam mana nak kata, bukanlah nak join sebagai politician, tapi saya suka analyse lah, saya suka memerhati. Okay, so that's why I was the one among the one yang paling happy lah bila berlakunya satu perubahan dalam election yang ke-14, PRU ke-14, yang mana kita dapat new government after 60 years of parti A, then parti B menjadi kerajaan. Okay, so because I want to see the apa dia panggil apa perbezaan dia, what differences do they have to offer lah. Okay, apa yang diorang nak buat. Okay, dan saya nak tengok apa reaction public sector, okay, public servant lah especially, kepada polisi-polisi baru. Okay, so itu tadilah, dan saya nak suka mengkaji setakat mana this group of people datang daripada this parti A lah contohnya, okay, dah buat, and then sekarang another group of people from parti B nak buat, apa dia orang nak buat, apa yang dia orang plan, apa idea dia, dan apa benefit yang rakyat dapat lah. Sebagai rakyat tu yang paling penting lah. So setakat nak sembang di ceramah politik tu boleh sangat lah, tapi when it comes to implementation, okay, bila awak dah jadi government, so another issue lah. Okay, so that was my expectation lah. I want to see the changes, okay, and new blood lah. Kan kita dah, bukanlah nak kata bosan, tapi kita dah terbiasa dengan 60 years punya regime tu, and now we want to experience something new lah. Tetapi berlakulah sempat 2 tahun je, lepas tu berlakulah apa yang dah berlaku. Okay, dan bagi saya tak nampak in terms of changes tu tak sangat lah. Tak nampak sangat lah so far. So I'm quite disappointed lah dengan apa yang dah berlaku sekarang kan. So anyhow kita just tengok je lah kan, time mengundi nanti mengundi. Lepas tu kita tengok lah macam mana yang dia orang buat. Okay. Government and public administration tu tadi yang dah ni, and then I have two articles for you to read. Okay. Making sense of the users of accounting information and their needs. Okay, so basically we want to, boleh nampak tak saya punya paper? Okay, nampak tak? Nampak? Making sense of the users of public sector accounting information and their needs. Nampak? Okay, bagus. So, so basically we want to tackle the different needs of the different users of accounting information lah. Okay, so by reading this paper ataupun article, you hopefully will be able to identify the first thing is the users of the public sector accounting information. Okay, so siapa sebenarnya pihak yang memerlukan accounting information, okay, daripada public sector ni. Okay, and then we want to, the second one will be how useful is the information provided to the users. Okay, first of all, siapa yang nak guna ataupun siapa yang nak tahu pasal accounting information. Okay, and then setakat yang kedua adalah setakat mana information yang provided to them is useful lah, setakat mana. Okay, so sebab in public sector we also facing problem with the relevant information that we need, the relevant information that we need, we want to table or we want to disseminate to the public lah. Okay, so setakat kita nak bagi tahu apa. Okay, so in terms of reporting tu pun ada perbincangan lah, okay, tentang information. Okay, so sebab senang cerita apa yang isu yang dalam private sector. Okay, so macam private sector, you have the wider scope of your stakeholders lah. Okay, sebelum ni people are talking about the shareholders. Okay, shareholders sebagai main stakeholder of the company lah. So apa hal nak jaga stakeholder je lah. Profit maximization, make the shareholders happy, make the investor happy. Okay, lepas tu dia shift kepada kita nak tengok the organisation tu sendiri. Okay, so dalam masa nak maximize profit, you cannot deny the rights of your employees, okay, the rights of your suppliers, right of your receivables, semua tu. Okay, and then dia move lagi, okay, kepada benda-benda yang non-human punya ni lah, okay, environmentalnya, okay, and then your public at large, apa yang ni, okay, society. Sebab tu ada datang idea with the CSR, corporate social responsibility. Okay, so business ataupun private sector belum nak buat CSR lah, to show that they are caring enough, okay, and they take care of the stakeholders lah. Okay, sama juga dengan government. pun sama macam tu. Okay, so tapi sebab kita punya target group tu memang dah besar lah. Okay, so maksudnya we have our public at large, the rakyat in general as our main stakeholder. Okay, so sekarang kita nak the challenge is to make them informed with with right information, okay, dan apa reporting yang kita buat, okay, financial statement yang kita buat, okay, accounting information yang kita bagi pada diorang tu should be relevant for their needs lah. Okay, so itu yang berlaku dalam private sector lah. Okay, so this paper, Making Sense of the Users tu, you can read on your own. Okay, and then I want you to basically write a paragraph lah. Okay, on what you get from this article lah. Only one paragraph only. So saya tak nak lah menyusahkan awak ni sangat. Okay, one paragraph telling about your understanding about this paper. Okay, so another one will be the next paper. Mana? Next paper. Okay, so article review number 2. Okay, implementation of accrual accounting. Okay, so wait, mana. Okay, this is the second paper, okay, for you to read. Okay, so this is something that currently being discussed and working on the accrual accounting. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we are moving from cash. Now currently the modified cash basis. Now kita nak ke accrual accounting, full accrual accounting. Okay. So apa response daripada accounting department officers? Okay. You can get from this this paper lah. Okay, so this is Malaysian context. Sangat bagus for you to understand, okay, the current situation happening lah. So 131 questionnaires, okay, were gathered from 16 state government agencies. Okay, so 16 state government agencies. Okay, so kalau ada yang tertanya-tanya, bukan state dalam Malaysia ni ada 14 je ke? Kan? Asal jadi 16 pula. Now we are talking about the agencies. Okay, agencies. So that's why you need to understand the structure yang saya dah explain earlier. Okay, then only you don't get confused with this ni lah, the terms lah. State government agencies, state, you should be able to differentiate lah. Okay, ada yang beritahu tengok Kedah dulu. Okay, so dia pergi pada state level lah. So almost all states covered. Okay. Tapi bukan semua yang ni lah, yang membalas questionnaire tu ataupun menghantar balik questionnaire. Okay. So kita tengoklah dia punya ni. Okay, so from this article, okay, you can understand the response of the county department officers lah. Okay, particularly the one who is responsible of preparing the accounts for government. Okay, so it's quite an interesting paper to read. Okay, so any questions? So saya tak nak lama-lama sangat dalam Webex ni. Sebab ada melibatkan data awak lah semua kan. Okay, any questions? Ya? Tak ada lagi dari saya. Okay, tak ada. So kalau macam tu, please use the remaining time up until 4. Okay, my class lah. Okay, up until 4 for you to watch the video and also to read the papers lah. Okay, watch the videos and read the paper. Okay, so that you can get the idea of what we have discussed in dan slide tu, PowerPoint slide tadi tu, okay, the one that we have discussed this afternoon tu. Okay, so benda-benda macam tu akan will be explained better lah when dalam video yang saya dah letakkan tu. Okay. So I think that's all for today lah. Okay, I leave the session okay for you to watch the videos and read the papers lah. Okay, and for the papers tu, please bear in mind that I need one paragraph each. Okay, tentang apa yang awak faham, what did you get from the paper. Okay, anything that you get from the paper tu, the two papers. Okay, just put it into writing. Okay, and then nanti saya akan bagi tahu lah bila nak submit. Okay, so yang penting you make use of the 1.5 hours yang left ni. Okay, for you to watch the videos, santai-santai watch the videos and read the papers lah. Okay, when is the due date? Nanti saya bagi tahu balik lah. Bila. You just watch, read the papers. So saya tak nak bagi tahu ni sangat nantikan stress pula. Okay, but please make sure you use the time properly lah. Okay, okay, that's all from me for today. Thanks very much for your participation. Your attendance has been automatically recorded lah, I would say. I will get the report soon. Okay. So hope to see you guys again next time lah, next week, insyaAllah. Okay, have a productive day ahead. Thanks very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Thank you all.